Hello.
You're English speakers, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, first of all, I'd like to all of us to begin with a little prayer. You can all stand up, please. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Give us strength, Mary, so that Martha and me can share some of our experiences. We live in community, so we can transmit some of love, hope, and joy growing into our lives. With a prayer, Hail Mary.
Full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at our hour of death. Amen.
Miracle of peace.
Pray for us.
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, my name is Mario, and this is Mato. We are both Croatian. I'm going to start by telling you a little bit of community. Community was started by a sister named Mother Elvira in a little town in Italy called Saluzzo. And she was basically a nun who wanted to help young people she saw on the streets that she saw in their eyes sadness, big sadness, and a lot of these young people were lost in their lives, didn't know what to do. In the world they didn't find what they expected, and that brought great sadness to them. So she, in a way, wanted to help them, but she didn't have any, I don't know, degree in psychology or whatever. And she asked her superiors for support so that she can help them. But they refused. And she prayed continuously. She prayed for 7 years. And in the end, they granted her this old ruined house in Saluzzo, in the very city. And at first it was ruined. She took some. She went basically on the street and asked some guys if they want to join her community. And she started out with 2 other nuns. And they started redecorating the house. It was totally ruined. It wasn't uninhabitable. It wasn't uninhabitable yet. And they started working on the house. And continuously they built the house. They renovated it, and guys started coming in, and eventually the house was filled. So after a while, a need arose to open up a second house. So they opened up a second house. Up to this point, we have 60 houses around the world. We have houses in all around Europe, mostly Italy, Croatia. We have 2 houses here in Bosnia. Then we have houses around France, Austria, England, Ireland. We have also 4 houses in America. There's been some talk of opening new house now in Africa. And basically, also the community, it's not the same thing it was before, 20 years ago. Because at the beginning it was mostly for heroin addicts. That was the general type of people who were coming in the community, harder drug addicts. But now we can say more that the community has become not a rehabilitation facility of some sort, but a school of life. Because a lot of people from all around the world, we have people from almost any continent here, and basically from all walks of life. We have people who never took drugs. They just didn't know how to live. They were unhappy with their lives. And basically, I'm saying we have people from all walks of life. It's become more than just a place where we go to get out of drugs. It's become a school of life. And I can say, for example, for myself, that I didn't come to community because of drugs. It's very similar. In the end, it's exactly the same thing. Because when I came to community, I'm gonna be blunt with you. I thought I was better than everyone else. It's not a nice thing to say, but I say it because it's the truth. I thought I was better than anyone else because I didn't take drugs. I came here because I was a lot of time with my computer. I couldn't get off it. I had my job. I worked on a computer for 8 hours a day. Then I would come home, chat with my friends on the internet, then maybe watch a movie. Or basically, my day revolved around being around the computer. And the worst thing is, I didn't really see how it took over my life. Because thinking about now, at some point it happened. I'm not exactly sure where, but when I was still a kid, it happened. It became one thing that my normal day couldn't go without it. And as I said before, I thought I was better than everyone else here because a lot of the guys here are hard addicts that use hard drugs, you know. But talking with them, slowly, I came to the conclusion that we in the end have the same problems. And for example, what I can say was missing in my family was there was never conversation, real conversation that we could say our problems, and we could say. I couldn't go to my mother and say, look, I don't know, I have problems with girls or whatever, normal teenage things, normal stuff that kids live. There was never dialogue. Of course, my parents cared for me, and I'm thankful that I had my family, that they provided me all the support I needed. But in the end, I didn't really. There was something missing. I also never saw my parents ask each other excuse when they would have a fight or get into an argument. They would never say I'm sorry. And also there was a lack of prayer. We were a traditional Christian family. We went to church maybe once or twice a year. Okay, maybe it's not traditional, but where I'm from, it's almost every family is like that. We honor Christmas and Easter and everything. There's a cross hanging in the living room and everything, but you see, when I was a kid, I always saw the difference between Come. When I was a kid, I always saw that there was a difference between what my parents said and what they've done. On one hand, they would say, you shouldn't judge people, and then I would see them judging people. So there was this dysfunction in our family. There was no prayer also. I don't know when I see my parents pray ever. And basically, it started out like this. I wasn't happy with myself and didn't really have any way to deal with that. So I just became closed more and more inside myself, inside my room with my computer alone, and it would just become one thing that I always could come back to. When everything else failed me, I could always go back to my computer. And that's basically, at that time I didn't really realize it, but I became addicted to it. And I mean, a person who takes heroin, he's aware that he's taking drugs. But for me, this wasn't, I wasn't aware. It was very, very disturbing thinking about it. And when I came here, I was in denial for a few months. I didn't want to admit to myself that I had this problem. It was very hard admitting this. And not just that, a lot of my illusions were just broken, and I felt very, very, I don't know how to say, it was like someone wakes you up by throwing you in a pool, swimming pool, you know, and it's just very, very, very rude awakening. And when you come to community, you receive a guardian angel. That's basically a person who's with you 24 hours a day. You sleep on, how we say, bunk beds, and he sleeps under you, so you cannot move on without him knowing. And I was with this guy. He was a guy that was in prison. I never really encountered anyone who was in prison and had that kind of problems. He was a heroin addict. So we were very different as people. And but I saw him. He always wanted to help me. He always told me stuff. A lot of times I told him, "You're like my mother. You're saying stuff like my mother used to say." Sometimes he would say the same exact sentences that my mother used to say, and I would always tell that to him. We kind of joke about it, but after a while it became like a hell to me, because I was confronted with a lot of truth about myself, about the way I am, about the way I did things that I just couldn't accept it. He would say to me sometimes, "You're so egoistic. You brush your teeth and you just leave everything as it is. You don't even clean a little bit after yourself." Little stuff like that. It wasn't anything big. And everything I did, he would tell me, and that became annoying, very annoying. Up to the point when I'm not an aggressive person, but I wanted to punch him a lot of times. I wanted to, and we had a lot of fights about it. And basically, one day happened that I wanted to help a guy who was younger than me. He had less time in community than me. I saw he wasn't doing very well, so I just wanted to help him, honestly, say the truth to him. And the way he responded to me right away, like I was his enemy, immediately it came back to me how I used to do with my guardian angel. I used to respond always to him. I wouldn't even take time to listen a little bit about what he wanted to say to me. And I would just, I just saw myself in that guy who was being very rude to me. I want to help him, and he just goes like, "Cool, what the hell do you care about it?" and stuff like that. And basically, I can say that after a while in community, I started to see my own faults. Before, I wouldn't even consider admitting I'm sorry about something, or I was wrong about something, or that I could do any mistake. And it was very hard admitting that kind of stuff. And basically, when I remember now how I was when I came, I'm a totally different person. I don't know. I feel like it's been ages, not in a way that it's been a long time, but like I've done a lot of things. And I don't know. The community itself it's not easy to explain in words. I mean, I'm here for a year and something, a little bit more over a year, and I still didn't grasp all the things the community is. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to understand. For example, the rules are very strict. We have a strict program that we have to do. We get up at 6 every morning. We usually go and pray the rosary first thing in the morning. Then we go have breakfast, and then we go work. 3 times a week we also have the mass, Holy Mass. Then we work until around 12, and at 12 we have lunch, and at 1:30 we continue with work. And we have about half an hour until 1:30 that we can talk with each other, and it's usually we talk in pairs with each other. And we work from 1:30 until around 6. We finish, we go wash ourselves, pray another rosary, and have dinner. That's the third rosary we pray. The second rosary we usually pray on work, during work. And that's one thing. We pray 3 rosaries. To some it may seem a lot, but it's I can tell you from I was an atheist. I didn't really believe God before, and I can see the rosary. I cannot explain it, because I'm a very rational person. I try to explain everything, but then I couldn't explain it. I know it does good. It does good to me. It helps me to come to accept myself, my mistakes, also other people, and basically that's the program. after the dinner, we also talk amongst each other. So that's basically it. Then at 9 we pray the Divine Mercy, and then we go to sleep. And that's basically our day. At first, it seemed to me that it was boring. That there's no TV. Okay, we maybe like twice a month we watch a movie. There's no TV, there's no internet, there's no nothing, no radio, no music. I don't know, what do you guys do here? What do they do for fun? They just, I thought they just sit around and stare at the wall or something. I don't know. So, so we just, I don't know, the community seems a little bit harsh at the beginning when you look at it, but I don't know, all the sufferances I've lived through, all the things that I didn't know how I'm going to get through. In the end, after they have gone through, I've seen it has done me good. It did me good, no? I don't know. I can tell you. That's basically all I can think of right now. I'm going to let Mato say something about himself. And if you have any questions after, you can ask him or me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you, I'm going.
Welcome. My name is Mato. I come from Croatia, and I would like to speak a little bit about my life. And as a kid, I was a good kid. You know, everything was good. School, relationship with my parents, everything was cool. And then, like, the war came, and my father went to war. He was not with us for 4 years, and there was three sons, you know, 3 brothers, and I was the most older one. And all of the hopes, you know, everything, desires, parents were putting in me, you know, like to get with high school, you know, college and things, usual, you know, parents, you know how are parents. But in one point we had to run away from our home, and I came to some other place. That certainty that I had into my family, my home, you know, my town, everything I didn't have anymore. You know, first of all because all of these feelings that I was living, I wouldn't express, I wouldn't tell them to my mom. You know, I didn't want to get her even more worried, you know, because father was he was like, I don't know even now, today, where was he during the war, you know? So I would put the mask, the wall between us, and everything was cool. I would say like everything was cool. But that from outside, you know, the schools, you know, the relationship with the neighbors and things. But inside I would be empty, you know. I didn't know how to explain the things that I was living inside. And there was a lot of things, you know, a lot of feelings that were not beautiful, you know, like nice. You know, a lot of things that I was not when I was a kid, I was like shy. Don't think that it's like, for me, now it's easy to speak about these things, about the feelings, about my mistakes, you know, my past. It was not a really nice past, you know. So, slowly I was beginning lying, you know. Everything was cool, but it was not cool. You know. And there is today I know that there is no differences, you know, between the small lie or the big lie. The lie is the lie, and in the end, you know. And when I came home, 2 years, it was like a chaos over there. And I had friends, I didn't know them. So to get along with them, I began to act like them, you know, to become a part of some group or something. Because I was not feeling a part of someone or something, you know. With my parents, I didn't have
report, you know, like to have that, you know, father and son. When I needed him, he was not with me, my pops, you know. My mom, you know how are the moms, you know. There's a lot of you here. Your child he can kill someone, no, he didn't kill it. It's my son, you know. But on the end, it's not like that, you know. My parents, they admit to themselves, you know, on the end, that I was a junkie. You know, I was shooting heroin for almost 10 years, you know. And I tried in many ways to get rid of it, you know. On the end, I was thinking that I'm controlling the drugs, you know. But it was not like that. I would say to myself, I'm not like my friends. You know, I can stop whatever I want. But in the end, it's not like that, you know. Drugs they are promising you a lot. They are giving you like almost nothing, and they are taking you everything on the end. And it was like that in my case, you know. The heroin took me everything. You know, my will to live that I didn't have. So in one moment, I have an uncle. He was also in community. And we began to use drugs together. He's 5 years older than me, so we are almost generation, you know. And we made an agreement that we're gonna go to community, you know. He came and she said to me like, oh, there is a community, let's go to Ireland, we're gonna, you know, like, to get our lives, you know, like straight. I said, okay, I'm going. And between that, the tragedy happened in my family. He entered and I didn't enter, you know. I remained still, you know, outside. And after 2 years after that, he came and he said to me like, look at yourself. I remember the day, you know, he came in this time, after New Year's, like maybe a couple of days. He came, I was in my room, it was like 9 p.m., something like that. And he said to me, look at yourself, you know, you are dead. And I was really dead, you know, I was 25 and I was dead. From inside, I was feeling like a 90-year-old man, you know, without will to live, to do something, to change, nothing. And I had tried everything, you know. Before that, I had everything, you know, a good job, a car, a beautiful girlfriend, a lot of people who had trusted me, you know. But during the years, everything fell apart, you know. The feeling when no one on the end is not believing, doesn't believe in you, the trust that you had, you don't have anymore. Not even your close, you know, family, your parents, your brother. Because on the end, you are telling so many lies. I would tell so many lies. On the end, I didn't even know. Did I tell it or didn't I? What, you know? Confusion. And I said to myself, okay, I'm going to community. And from that point, everything became like better. On the end, on the beginning, it was hard. You know, people, I'm telling you, it was hard. You know, to get clean, you know, from all of that, you know, like the inside that you have, you know, anger, nervousness. I'm mixing the words in my head, you know, I'm Croatian, English, Italian, so it's a little bit strange, difficult. So just to come to community, it was not easy. You need to go to prepare yourself, you know, to do isolation. Some of you, I saw you were passing over there, where is the fence? You know, people came today to ask, how can one enter in community? It's not easy. I remember myself, when I was entering, people, when you come, it's not easy to leave everything that you have outside. You know, maybe it was, you know, you are a drug addict and the things, but also you have some certainty. You know, you think that you have friends, you know, your family, your room, you know, your apartment, car, job, everything. But to come here, it was not easy. So the first thing in Croatia, when we say community, but in Croatia they said komuna. It's like an ugly word. Really, like you say Auschwitz, you know. And I was thinking that I'm going that alone. Someone's going to shoot me over there. And I can be grateful because I entered here in Medjugorje. I remember it was like 8 in the morning. I came, 2 guys came, smile, you know, like. And I was watching the persons around me, you know, like everybody was happy, smiling, you know, full of life, you know, will to do the things, you know. I said, something is not good here, you know, like, they are putting something in their food or something, you know. Why? Because I was always with the people who were like sad, you know. Sad, depressed, you know, without will to live. And you come to some place where it's like this, you know, without TV, girls, newspapers, you know, like cameras, and nothing, zero. You know, if you have like sugar, we're gonna put sugar. If you don't have sugar, we're not gonna put sugar in the milk in the morning, you know. But everybody was happy, you know. So I entered, there is a guy coming, you know, from Slovakia. I didn't know him, he doesn't know anything about me, he didn't see me. He was working his job and they came and they told him like, you are going to be guardian angel to some Croatian guy, that was me. And he came and said like, okay, the first friend that I had in my life, it was him, you know. And to open myself, it was not easy, you know, to say the things that you have inside. After half a year, I was sleeping here in this room above. After like 6 months, I was crying. A man from 2 meters, 100 kilos, you know, crying like a baby. And I can be grateful for that. It's a gift from God, you know, when someone can cry without shame, you know. Because, why? I felt alive again. First, I was crying because I understand with my heart that I lost my brother. Second of all, because it was good. All of those feelings that were dead inside, they were waking again, you know, waking up. And it was nice to feel, you know, the things that they are inside. So, from that point on, it was like, everything was like a little bit better. Hard, but better, you know, to accept the things that happened. I cannot go back and to change my past. I cannot do it. I can just say to my parents, I'm sorry for everything that I did, and that's it. Try to not do it again. You know, for the future, I don't know what is going to be in the future. Just God knows. I can just do something good today. At least try. I'm not a good person. I cannot say I'm a saint, but at least I'm trying to be good. You know, maybe I'm going to have an argument today with him. You know, like I'm going to blow with him like, whew. But it's me. It happens. But to not do it again, you know, tomorrow to go and to speak, I'm sorry, you know, I was nervous, it happened, you know, to speak about the things. So I'm trying to be good. It's not easy, but I'm trying. At least I know I'm trying. Before outside, when something would happen, some problems, you know, that I didn't know how to resolve, I would take care of it. You know, like just forget about it. But today, to face the problem, it's not easy. But with the help of the guys, most of us, we had like, every one of us has like almost similar stories, you know, like maybe someone is from Brazil, maybe someone is from Croatia, but everything is like almost the same. So we can help one another. He's like a little bit longer in community, 1.5 years. Someone is like maybe 10 years in community. So always someone can help to someone else. Don't think that we don't have like a pyramid here or something, you know, like he's like a chief and you are like cleaning dishes down. The guy with 2 months in community. No, it's not like that. Everybody is the same. Maybe someone is 50, maybe someone is 60 years. Everybody needs to be like the same, equal, you know. Is that the word? Equality. Equality. Yeah. Equality. Yeah. So that's the nice thing. You know, everybody is the same. There is no differences. Maybe someone is a little bit longer in community, he has car keys, you know. You cannot give a car keys to someone who entered this. He's going to go God knows where. You know. Who is 5 years in community, he's going to go do whatever he needs to do and he's going to come back. Some things like this, but in between everything is like the same. Everybody is the same with everybody. So when you come, it's not. When I came here, you need to know Italian. And in Italian, when you say matto, it means crazy. And my name is this, you know, with 1 T, not 2. In Italian, with 2 T. And can you imagine the fears that I had? You know, like, every once in a while, you know, like matto, and I'm like, what? Over there, man. the things that you have in your head, you know, like, it was not easy, you know. Over there, I had like 2 guardian angels for 3.5 months. It was hard, you know. I remember it was like, should I remain, should I go, you know. I remember when my brother came to see me here in Medjugorje, he hugged me and we began to cry. He said to me like, I thought that you're not going to make it, you know. Like, and everything that was like broken in my family, everything that happened, the tragedies and the bad things, everything is good today. People, you cannot imagine, I was home like 10 months ago. To come for the table, to say the blessing, you know, for the food, to look, you know, my pops in his eyes, you know, to tell the things that I'm carrying inside in my heart, you know, to tell him, you know, his mistakes that he did, you know, to tell him my mistakes, you know, but to be, you know, like sincere one to with another one, huh? There is no more this, you know, like secrets, you know, like, even though that he killed someone over there, he's my son, he didn't do it. Another thing, but it's not like that. We are like compact, you know, like we are family today. Why? Because of the community. You cannot just go, if I'm in community and the parents are not following the community, everything, it's not good. Both sides need to be involved in it, you know? Everybody's changing. Maybe I was a junkie, but also mistakes are coming from the part of the parents, you know? The walls, you know, like he said, you know, I never saw my parents, you know, like to say excuse one to another, and forgiveness, you know, like forgive me because I was yelling at you yesterday because the lunch was not high, I don't know, things like this, you know. When the kid sees, you know, like every day, you know, maybe an argument here or there, and he's not seeing, you know, that like, forgive me, to hug, you know, these things, he's not going to do them. I didn't do them in my life, you know. And on the end, today, we have this in my family. I have this in my life. And it's much easier like that, you know, to forgive. To forgive and to love. It's not easy to love everybody, to forgive to everybody, you know, but that's the thing that I was thinking. I'm trying to be good. I'm not good, but I'm trying. So there is a difference, a big difference, you know. At least today I know I'm going to try to do it. If I don't make it, I know that I tried. Outside I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't even try it, I would just continue to do stupid things, and in the end, I'm here in community. And thank God I'm in community, you know. A lot of times I would say to myself, like, why was I so stupid, you know, to come to this point, you know, to enter in community and to suffer this much. You know. But in the end, I'm grateful for it, you know. I believe that in the end, God has a plan for every which one of us. Just to follow our hearts, you know, and to go forward. You know. You don't know what is going to happen. I can have like, however much desires I can think in my head, you know, for my future, but in the end, just desires, you know. What is going to be, I don't know. So, if you want, you can shoot with your questions. But first of all, can I ask you one thing? Like this. Why did you came here? Frankly, can you give me a few answers? Like
here, you mean to Medjugorje or to this place?
Here.
Cenacolo?
Yes, here.
Well, we wanted to find out about this program, and, you know, the person who started and what kind of situation was like that.
I never heard of this place until Anna mentioned it. So I didn't really know anything about it, and so I was curious to find out what it's about. So that's why I'm here and glad to be here. Very touching.
I have a grandson who's an alcoholic, and he just went through rehab in Pennsylvania. And he seems to be doing all right. And I was curious how your program is so successful compared to what he is going through.
Can I give you one answer on this program thing? We say like from 3 to 5 years, but on the end, no one is going to give you like a document, like certificate. What do you call it? Certificate. that you are like, like a saint. This doesn't exist. I saw a lot of people who were 5 years in community, and they went out, and they came back again. I saw guys who were like 2 years in community, they went out, and they're living their lives good, They have kids, wives, houses, jobs, everything, it depends from you. You cannot just come to community and be like here, like a tree, You need to change, and you cannot change a little bit. I'm going to change some things, and some other things I'm not going to change, You need to change, like, all the way.
Can I just add something? About the percentage, you wanted something about success rates, something like that. I think numbers were all something like this. Modern medicine has a few percentage. Rehabilitation is like I have maybe like 15%, something like that, I think. And community, if you live all the things that community proposes to you, when you come outside, it's guaranteed. Well, in reality, I think it's around 80%. The guys who go out, and it depends on you in the end. What do you learn here? If you continue doing it like you live inside the community, then it's a guarantee. If you do it to what community says. But there was someone who thinks they know better, and they fall. They come back again.
I didn't hear your what do you think it changed you from this program? What was it that made you change, made you go through conversion, really?
I wouldn't say that it changed me. I'd say that it's changing me. It's an ongoing process.
But what was it that motivated you to go through that conversion, the starting point?
Well, actually,
you went through some, what do you call it, some refuse and some deny and so on, but at some point you started having some...
Yeah, it's a lot of little things. First, saying truth to yourself, even if it hurts. Even, say to yourself, I'm lazy. Okay, what are you going to do about it? You're going to continue being lazy, or you're going to try to do something about it? It's not like...
Is it self-realization?
What?
Is it self-realization or something else triggered you to go through the thought process?
I'm not sure I understand. You say self-realization or?
Is it something that you came to the conclusion or somebody else helped you to come to the conclusion?
Both. We help each other, and we also, through prayer, we for example, try to, for example, I can say for myself, I cannot say in global, because there's a lot of different people and the community works for almost every one of them. I say for myself, for me, I was, like Mother said, I was telling a lot of lies, and in the end I would just lie so much that I would just start believing my lies. And that certainly didn't help in my life. Here I try to stay honest with myself. If I do a mistake, I'm honest about it to myself. I don't try to escape from it. And as I said before, I say to myself, okay, I'm lazy. It's not that one day I decide I'm gonna be lazy, and I'm lazy. It's hard. One step at a time. It's an ongoing fight.
But who guides you through this? It sounds like you're doing it all yourself. Who guides you through it?
God. The biggest help you get is from prayer, but there are also guys who, for example, live the same thing you live, the same difficulty. And there are also always older guys, like Mato, who can help me, for example. If I need advice, I can ask him, because there are a lot of things he lived through that I'm living, for example, now. And I ask him, he helps me. But there's also God, also the prayer. To see inside yourself, to be honest with yourself, that's one thing that I'd say that's very important.
Can you feel your faith working in your life here? Faith in God, yeah.
I can say yes.
Good.
Excuse me, I think the gentleman at the back, because he came later, and he asked you what was the reason why you entered here, because he missed the beginning.
Well, the reason, it wasn't really that I had a choice, because I lost my job, I had problems with the law, and
Computer addiction.
yeah, but also, I just started not caring about anything. I didn't really care about myself, so I don't know, I was drunk and I was driving, and then, I don't know, it's not really nice to talk about it, but I had some problems with the law anyway, you know, and I lost my job. I realized my friends, I don't really have any much good friends, that people that honestly try to help me, that don't want to take advantage of me. So my parents, I was still living with my parents, and I was without any funds, without any money. So they saw this as an opportunity to help me, and I thought they just wanted to close me in one place. And I was basically forced to come here. And I'm glad it was just like this, because if I was given a chance to choose, like for example, he chose to come in. I didn't choose. And I'm glad it was like this, because if this chance it was given to me, the possibility of choice, I would never come. I would never come. I see this as, one way, as a mercy of God. One thing I could never have done on my own. Never. Does this answer the question?
Yeah. Very interesting.
Has anyone from any of the houses or community ever gone and thought about going into the priesthood or any religious community order?
We have a few guys that have become priests. There are also some, two to become priests. Four. And there are a number of guys also who are preparing to become priests. And we have about 30 nuns. It's probably, if you see a nun with tattoo, it's from Cenacolo. Yeah, so, yeah.
None with it too.
He has a way to go yet.
Any other questions?
I was happy.
We're both happy. Happy?
Yeah.
I'm happy.
About
I'm happy.
I'm happy the way things are going. I can say I'm happy. For all the time in my life, all the thing I remember is depression. And I can say that for the first time, I don't really know what happiness is. I think this is it. I came here like this, so being depressed all my life, when there was like moments when I would feel happy about myself, about everything, I would think I was uncomfortable being happy. So it's I would say yes, but I would say that I never really experienced happiness before. So it would be a hard question for me.
How would you know when it's time for you to leave?
Today I'm living like this is my home. I saw my mom and my dad like 2 months ago. Saying like, I'm 4 years in community now. And they said to me, like, I'm coming home. I don't need to be like worried about the things outside, material things, car, a job. I have all of these things. But today I'm feeling like home here, Not that I'm saying that I'm not going to remain here, that I'm going to become a priest, not an army, with a tattoo. Normally I'm going to go out, but still I can, how beautiful feeling is when you can help to someone else. Some guy who just entered in community, who is in pieces, like, and you can see yourself in him, and you know how is he feeling. and you know how to help him. So it's a good feeling, you know, when you can help someone. And I'm going to continue to do it, you know. When moment will come when I will go. It's not going to come like I'm going to wake up and it's going to rain and I'm going to say like, I'm going home. I don't want to go to work to cut wood and whatever. So like, you need to prepare everything, you know, in your head, you know, to like in the movies, you know, to have like every scenario, you know, for everything, you know, what can happen. And go with God. Because if you make decisions, you know, like quickly, you know, like it's not good. You need to make them, you know, like mature, you know, things. Otherwise, I would like it would, if I would fall down again, say like, and become, I don't need to use heroin, but to live like a normal life. It's the same thing like taking a gun and putting it in my mom's head and dad's and shoot them, you know. So I want to be certain in some things before I go.
Your Christmas performance a few days ago at the church, like it was like raining, like pouring with rain, like I was so sorry about the weather, and well, I just wanted to know like how you guys are sharing it, like just together. How are you taking the event?
Did you hear the bell now?
Bell?
The bell now. That bell was that we need to go down to do this performance now, the show. So we're gonna remain with you. You know, I'm just saying.
Okay.
We were like, it's nice that sacrifice that you can put in the arms of God. You know, to say like when you see like 60 people under the rain, you know, like wet all the way. It's cold, but happy. You are happy because you know that you are doing something for yourself and for the others, you know, to prepare everything. We were in Austria a couple of months ago, and it was raining. We did it 5 days in a row, you know, musical, much longer, like 2 hours. 2 hours, you know, like wet all the way, raining, cold, everything. But on the end, you see people that are smiling, happy because they overcome those things. You know. Maybe during the recital, you are crazy, you want to shoot someone, but in the end you are happy, you know, because you have overcome those things, and it's a beautiful thing to be part of something, some group that is good, not like before, you know. So it's nice.
Any other questions? Okay. We're gonna finish. Okay. I'd like to end this with a prayer also, if we can. You know, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Thank you, Mary, for this testimony. Thank you for the things we were able to meet with these people. Thank you. Thank you for all these people who came from on the way, who came to give us support also. Thank you. And Mary?
Lord is with me. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
And Queen of Peace.
Pray for us. Thank you.
God bless
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.